Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want to talk about a single cut guitar from one of the most iconic amplifier brands of all time. Let's get into it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name is Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube, and I am very puzzled by this kind of news story and this guitar for a number of reasons. So in case you haven't heard, Orange Amplifiers about 2 weeks ago at the time of this filming released a whole kind of PR and promo about their brand new single cut guitar, and this guitar is called the OE1. The OE1 from Orange. Take a look at this thing. It's crazy looking, man. So now this is very puzzling, and puzzling isn't necessarily a bad thing, just kind of interesting for a number of reasons. First reason, not too many of my peers really seem to be talking about this, and I really haven't seen too much hype and or buzz about this guitar. You know, I don't know what that means, if anything, but it's just kind of interesting, you know what I mean? And then obviously the more puzzling thing, the more interesting thing is the elephant in the room, that this is Orange Amplifiers. Like I said in the intro, one of the most iconic brands, amp brands of all time, is now having a custom built single cut guitar, and it's just like such a cool little thing, you know what I mean? It'd be like I don't know if Marshall made a guitar or something like that. Anyway, it's just kind of like a cool little thing, you know? So I'm on the Orange website, as you can see here in front of you right now. Now, straight up, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest, man. Nor do I personally know anybody really that can afford one of these things. According to the website, it's only $5,327.05 specifically. That extra nickel is really the deal breaker for me. All kidding aside, that was a stupid joke. All kidding aside, man, it's expensive. It's like a hand-built guitar, and there's a whole bunch of PR and a whole bunch of like YouTube videos on this guitar, like from Orange, about how they build it and all this stuff. Very, very boutique, to say the least. So, will I ever have one of these? No, never. I just can't afford it. I don't really know anybody who can, obviously. But it's interesting, man, so I figured I'd just like react to it, give you guys some of the specs, a rundown, and just kind of talk about it, give my opinions about it, okay? Orange Amplification is proud to announce the new hand-built OE1 guitar, designed by Orange's technical director Ade Emsley and constructed by luthier Jason Burns at Blast Call. Each guitar is made to order in London, England. Fashioned from solid mahogany, the OE1 is available in two-tone gold and ivory finish or a custom finish. Custom finish, that's pretty cool. I wonder what I would go with. Gee, I don't know. It has an ebony board with 22 frets and a custom 12-inch radius fretboard. The headstock and body is completed with an eye-catching chessboard nitro binding. Initial thoughts on like this little blurb right here, these specs. I mean, let's be honest, man, it's like the wood and like the specs and the radius and all this of like a Les Paul custom. That's not a bad thing. You know, mahogany body and, you know, ebony board with like the block inlays. That's kind of like, you know, a tried and true, you know, formula for a single cut guitar. Not a bad thing, just, you know, I don't know if they're trying to cater towards like Gibson folks, but you know what I mean? Like, just, we've seen this many times before. Guitar features a nickel ABM Kalamazoo tunematic bridge and a stop bar tailpiece. For easy adjustment and tuning stability, the OE1 is fitted with Grover tuners, 4 custom turned brass control knobs, and a robust 3-way Switchcraft toggle switch. A custom clear pickguard pulls the total look and feel of the guitars together. This guitar will be supplied in a Hiscox hard case. I don't know what that is. Anyway, some kind of hard case. So there's a whole like YouTube video on this thing, and like the construction and the idea, you know, the idea, the mentality, the design, all, you know, all the above, and they go through like, you know, what they do to build it and all this stuff. Basically, man, it's like very, very high-end stuff, very boutique, like I said, and just like hand-built. One thing that they say about the mahogany is it's very lightweight. Initially, that's kind of like a drawback for me personally. Again, everything I'm saying is like, take it with a grain of salt. I'm never going to be able to buy one of these, right? But this individual is talking about how like the mahogany is really dry and really light. You know, just kind of interesting how they're like really harping on the lightness or the lack of weight with this guitar. Anytime I think of a single cut solid body mahogany guitar, I kind of want it to be heavy and have a lot of weight. I don't know, I just feel like the heavier the guitar, the more it feels like a single cut guitar, aka a Les Paul, you know what I mean? That's just my own personal opinion. So here it is again right here. The guitar is constructed using the finest seasoned lightweight mahogany into a uniquely orange body shape with a vintage inspired V to C shaped neck. The body is unchambered with a set neck. Okay, unchambered, that's big. Single cut guitar players, I think guitar players in general, generally speaking, don't like chambered guitars nowadays. I think we've kind of like, majority of us have kind of like said we don't like those, and I think most people know that now. I think it was kind of like an experiment for a while there in like the 2010s. We really just don't like them, you know what I mean? Like I said, generally speaking. Headstock. The orange logo has been carefully hand-cut from mother of pearl and embedded into the dark ebony headstock for a beautiful contrasting finish. The headstock, the orange logo on the headstock is very beautiful. Now, hot take here, I would go as far to say as I really don't like this headstock, man. I just really don't like it. It kind of looks like Gumby, if I'm being honest, man. I just don't really like it. This is, you know, my own personal opinion. One thing that's also kind of interesting here is here on the truss rod cover, it says AE1, but according to the website, it's called the OE1. So I don't really know what that means, if anything, you know, what the hell do I know? The brass control knobs match the switch tip perfectly, complementing the ivory and golden finish on the body. Yeah, I think the color scheme, not bad. I think the brass does look kind of cool, but one thing that's kind of interesting. I wish these would stop. I wish they would stop scrolling so I could talk about it. Here we go. Here's a better picture. What's interesting is like the mismatch of like nickel and brass. To me, I don't know, it kind of doesn't look right. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't they just all be the same color? Why wouldn't they just be gold or whatever? You know what I mean? I find that very interesting. Maybe it's to play onto like the gold and ivory type of like, you know, white and gold type of look here. I don't know. Interesting choice there. This kind of like stinger looking thing here, kind of looks like the old Armada, I think they're called, from Ernie Ball. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this thing. The binding's kind of cool. I mean, like the checkered binding, that's kind of rad, right? But overall, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know? I don't know. It just looks interesting. There's just a couple things here that just like really just kind of just, I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting. Like the headstock, the lack of a horn, this kind of stinger, this V looking thing here, the mismatch of the nickel and the brass, the ivory with the gold. I don't know. These pickup rings, I just don't really, I'll be honest, I just don't think I really like it, you know what I mean? If it wasn't so expensive, maybe it would be kind of cool like as a novelty piece, but again, look at that price, man. I don't know. So everybody, that's going to do it for my thoughts on this guitar from Orange. You know, overall, man, just not really a huge fan. I think you guys can tell. But if you like it, that's totally cool, man. You know, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm never going to be able to afford one anyway. So this is all just kind of like for fantasy and for fun, you know what I mean? I love Orange amps and their sound. I've never played Orange guitar, and to the best of my knowledge, this is Orange's first guitar. But if I'm wrong with that, please let me know down below in the comments. Anyway, man, what do you guys think of this guitar? Leave your thoughts down below, and I'll meet you down below in the comments, and we'll mix it up. We'll talk all things Orange, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're brand new to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I'm out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay metal. I'll see you guys next time. Later.